Have you ever been allergic to your job? A florist is refusing to give up the day job despite being told she's allergic to flowers. For the past 40 years, the market trader has been building bouquets. She thought her persistent colds and coughs were because she worked outside. No plans to quit her successful business. Turns out she's allergic to her job.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a job you just knew you weren't supposed to be doing? I mean, the cold calling you were telling us about before.
I wasn't allergic to that. I like speaking.
Right.
So I wasn't allergic to that. But I've got an interesting story. The problem is, when you tell people that you've had RSI,
right,
their mind goes to the wrong place.
RSI, repetitive strain injury.
Yeah,
right.
the doctor will tell
I'm
you.
a doctor.
Yeah, so repetitive strain injury, the mind goes to the wrong place. But I think I had a little bit of RSI because I started getting real pains. I'm a programmer, right? So I type often, and so I'm almost allergic to my job because the more I do the RSI, the more, and so I had to do it. First, I just decided to type with one hand, right?
Skill.
But then you get bored and you start doing it, but it always comes up, and I kept on doing it. I fought through the pain, and now it's better.
No,
so I was kind of.
It means
allergic
you're
to
soft,
my job.
Oh,
not allergic.
Do you know what? I tell you what.
Almost kind of. I didn't say.
One thing that I've learned is that if I ever mention any form of vague medical condition when I'm broadcasting, I'll have 1,000,001 listeners/viewers who'll contact me and tell me that I've got the worst possible form of some sort of terrible disease. You've made a big mistake, my friend. We're going to have people saying, "Oh, I've heard these symptoms." I remember once I was doing a radio show. I mentioned that my arms hurt a little bit, and someone rang in and was telling me that I was going to have a stroke and it was going to be this.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what? I tell you what it reminds me of.
Out there.
Googling your symptoms.
I do that.
Yep.
I do that.
Well, I get people coming into me with handouts of Google stuff, and they always look at the worst things. Yeah. They go, "No, it's eczema. You know, it's not meningitis."
Do you ever? I've been to a GP. Have you ever had this where they actually Google it in front of you? Have you ever done that in front of the patient?
Do you know what? I have, and I'm proud of it.
That is bad form.
No,
that's all right.
It's honesty.
It needs to be in your brain.
It's
like
honesty.
That.
No, it's not.
So you'd prefer someone to take a chance?
Take a
I
chance
want
and
my
have a guess.
doctor to appear to be good. rather
Appear
than
to be good and actually.
You know, I've been doing the job 17 years in general practice, so there's most things I know. But if someone comes in with something really rare, diagnosed by somebody else, like I know, familial Mediterranean fever or something like that. You know, there's not much of that around in Steady Bridge. I'll go, "Wow, I've never heard of that. Let me become an expert in it," and I'll Google it and we'll talk it through the patient. I think that's honest.
I don't trust GPs. Because I trust Google more than I trust GPs. I go in there, I've already looked at Google, I come in and they say, "No, it's fine, it's good." But I'm like, no, Google's telling me it's not. And I know Google knows better than GP, because, do you know, I've seen, how many stories have we seen where someone goes to a GP saying, "Listen, I've got this," and they turn them away and away. What happens? They were right. Google was right.
Yeah. But you never hear the stories about how often we are right.
Let's create a website with a stat update. Google versus GPs. I bet you any money Google will be winning.
I'm with you with the Google. And the thing is the difficulty, I guess, with that is that it does mean, you know, in all, even though it's the and finally, but in all seriousness, you must have people who come to you for advice and then completely ignore what you're saying because Google says otherwise, no?
Do you know what? I think people have an absolute right to ignore the advice they want. So if I say your chest is bad because you're smoking, they say, "No, it's not. I've smoked for 40 years." Yeah, that's why your chest is bad. You know, so people are completely entitled to ignore what I say. As soon as they leave the room, they can do what they want and live their lives as they like. So I see myself as someone like an advisor to their health, but they can choose to ignore me. That's fine. Yeah. But there is actually some very, very good health information out there. You've got to be careful because Google does scaremong because it throws up some horrible forums.
I know my way around Google. I'm good at Google.
But if you like NHS Choices is a really good one, and patient.co.uk, brilliant websites.
Those are websites you recommend.
Yeah, patient.co.uk and NHS Choices, brilliant information.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've kind of got it wrong? Google's been right.
No, but somebody came with something they thought was very rare, and I said, "Ooh, do you know what? That's very unlikely." But they were right. But I think if they hadn't come in with that bit of information, it would have taken me a month or so longer to get the diagnosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go to another story. What have we got here?